I would build a great wall, and nobody builds walls better than me, believe me. I will be the greatest jobs president that God ever created.
Nobody knows the system better than me.
Nobody would be tougher on ISIS than Donald Trump.
Nobody loves the Bible more than I do. There's nobody bigger or better at the military than I am. I can be more presidential than anybody.
midnight.
I received an email notification from Wargaming regarding a free Tier 6 Tiger tank, plus 7 days premium, for my second account yesterday. It asked me to activate the bonus code, and when I log into my game, I should be able to see one in my garage, along with a bunch of mission instructions, in order for me to keep it. But that never happened. The tank never showed up in the garage, but there were a bunch of missions for it that I did not qualify for, because I did not have the tank in my garage. Almost immediately, the World of Tanks forum pages were inundated with messages about this mix-up. Apparently, this was a kind of a welcome back gift to those players who have been away from the game. But due to some technical issues, as of today, 14th April, everyone on the SCA server seems to have a Tiger in their garage. So, in this video, I'm going to explain the mission you need to complete in order to keep this tank, and show you an ace tanker game in the process. Here's what you need to do. First, click on your Missions and Specials tab, then scroll down until you see the Winback #1 mission. All you need to do is be in the top 5 in your team 3 times a day before the server resets. If you have completed this task for the day, the Winback mission #1 will say complete in green fonts. You can complete this mission in randoms, skirmishes, strongholds, and even team battles. To keep this tank permanently, you have to do this cycle 10 times to reach the required 30 top 5s. So, technically, you can outright own this tank in just 10 days. Let's get to it. What's so special about this tank? Well, for starters, it's a premium, which means it earns you credits quicker, and it is also an excellent crew trainer, with its bonus XP and crew multipliers. The free tank also comes with free 100% trained crew, which means you can start training for skills already. This is really handy if you don't have any Japanese heavies. This means you can start training crew and prepare them for when you're ready for the HT line. Example, I have only played 4 games, and my first skill is already up to 46%. This is a real boost, and will speed up my progress tremendously. The matchmaker for the Tiger is between Tier 6 and 8. This means, it will never see a Tier 9 in the matchup. The Tiger plays almost identical to the German Tier 6 heavy, the VKH. It has very good DPM, almost 2000. However, the penetration value is quite low. 132 penetration with standard AP isn't great, so you must be careful where you aim. But of course you have APCR, and this will give you 171 millimeters of penetration, more than enough for the majority of tanks that you will be facing. The shells do an average of 220 damage from the 88mm gun. Here's what I think makes this tank competitive and a viable money maker in this tier. The rate of fire is 8.94 rounds per minute, and the reload time is 6.71 seconds. You can easily improve these with better crew and equipment. At the moment, I have a 0 crew, and only movable equipment mounted, which is the camouflage net, binoculars, and toolbox. This tank can carry 92 shells, more than you'll ever need, so I carry 15 APCR, and even 10 HE shells for the cap resets. I have 950 hit points, the same as a VKH, so I can take a few hits, but not enough that I can act like I'm in a KV5. I must avoid taking damage, and if I do, I must make sure that I can get more damage in. The armor is slightly better than a VKH. The hull is 100 in the front, 80 to the sides and back. The turret is also 100 to the front, 80 to the sides and back. The armor is much better than a KV85 and M6, and if you had to brawl with them, I think you will beat them with the DPM. The aim time of the gun is 2.21 seconds, which is not bad, and same with the VKH and M6. Accuracy is also amongst the best, at 0.36. I found it not too much trouble to snipe the cupola at medium distances. However, it's the shell velocity that is the tricky part when it comes to long distances. With only 773 meters a second, it is the slowest AP rounds. APCR is much faster at 930 meters a second, so, sniping at distance, I would prefer the APCR. Back to the game. I have lost almost all of my health, and only done about 600 damage. Now it's about survival. With the help of my teammates, I can hold this position. Now that the score is 7-3, it looks like we will win this. I expect the enemy to push us, as they become more desperate to do something before they are completely overrun. They would have to crest the ridges to get to us, so I'm counting on our focus fire to take them out when they do. I will not take too much of a risk, so I'll just keep dancing in my position, until one of us makes the mistake. Artie takes out the low HP tiger, but there's still a few healthy tanks opposite this ridge, so I'll need to tread carefully if I want to survive. I've just spotted the KV-85 poking over. Looks like he will try to kill us one by one. I need to move into position where I can at least try to do some damage before I go down myself. I'm trying to go for the track shot, but because he's moving, and I didn't want to risk missing, I chose not to lead my shot too far. I damage without tracking him. He chooses to take out the other tiger on low HP, instead of me. Maybe he just didn't have the gun depression to get me. I go for the kill, and deliberately angle my tank as I face him. Luckily it worked. I managed to absorb the shot and take him out with mine. I had to go forward and rush him, because the OI was likely to kill me, and the Covenanter was going to be a nuisance, shooting me in the back. My plan was to kill the KV-1S, then climb up to get enough elevation to shoot the OI in the turret, then deal with the last tiger. Well, works out exactly as how I planned it. Now all I need to do is track the tiger when he tries to come over the ridge to YOLO me. Keep him tracked. Even his good 8 degree of gun depression isn't enough for him to get a clean shot on me. But just to be on the safe side, I retreat even lower into the water, and keep shooting him till he's caught fire. Well, that's about all the excitement I got out of this game. The rest of it is just mopping up the enemy, and stealing a couple more shots to rack up the damage.
12 seconds later.
With that last bit of damage, my total done was 2205, and got 4 kills out of that. Total XP was 1127, and with the bonuses and whatnot multipliers, I got a total of 3890 XP. I made 13 shots, all hit, but only 11 penetrated, which is still quite good. I did shoot a bunch of APCR, so I only took home about 24,000 credits for that game. Nevertheless, it was an ace tanker in my 3rd game and I'm happy. Please comment, subscribe, like, and share if you found this video useful. Thanks for watching.